So I went online and I bought a couple of new gauges because I felt like the old gauges weren't going to go down to a low enough pressure. Well, it turns out these new gauges are kind of crap. For one thing, they sent me, I ordered a acetylene gauge and they sent me an oxygen, so I wound up with 2 oxygens. I wound up sending one back. They wouldn't send me another one. They said I had to order another new one, which didn't make sense to me. But I think the person selling them was just having someone else ship them, so that just got too confusing, so I just sent it back. Maybe I'll get a refund on it. I wound up buying this other acetylene gauge down at the welding store. It works like a champ. This little one that I bought, that I got off eBay, it's so inaccurate. The gauge will like be way up and show about 10 pounds where the flame looks like it's about right. I try to cut it down, it'll go completely off. I can't get it to adjust hardly right at all. So I got a big bottle of oxygen back here on my torch, and I'm going to sell that torch. So I think what I'm going to do is pull that gauge off the big bottle and use it down here on this bottle, and I may hook that gauge up on the big torch bottle because it doesn't have to be all that accurate, or I may just wind up selling that whole propane cutting torch setup. Let somebody else have the joy of owning that. For one thing, it's kind of big. It takes up a lot of room in my shop. You can see how much smaller this is. If this will do the same thing, then really don't seem like I need that, and I don't really use that a lot except for cutting metal and heating metal, and I can do both those things with this little one. So if I get somebody to get me a little bit of what I paid for it back, I'd probably be happy to let that one walk. That's kind of the plan. So I'm going to disconnect this little gauge, put that gauge from that tank on this tank, and then we'll take a look at that.